Good morning. How is everyone today? Red Falcon 98. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm a little groggy. A little groggy. And so last night I was looking at why our library isn't loading, like constantly reloading when you go back and forth and do these different things. And I'm wondering if because part of it is the little UI pieces. So like in Scene Manager, where is it? Scene Changer. Now here in Scene Changer, got this little builder. And the builder is supposed to register certain elements with the GUI. It's got this getter and setter. And I wonder if things like this are keeping it from reloading. But uh, but no. The maybe I'm not. All right, I should probably state the problem first. Okay, we're probably gonna go to black screen here because I didn't wire up Godot today. Let's see. Yep. All right. Let me fix up Godot engine. There we go. So I've got Godot here. Now this cube has a script attached and this rotation speed. And if we look at the script, click on the little script over there, it's a Rust script, which is great. All right. Now the problem I'm having is that the library doesn't reload, but this one seems to. Even though it has that there. So let's figure this out. Got a couple of these windows open. Close that one. This is actually Godot source code. Here's Hello World. I'm gonna close that one. Here's spinning cube. All right, so here's the source code for the spinning cube. And here it's for mesh instance, register properties. It's got this property, base rotation speed. Interesting. It's got these different test enums. Oh, wow, interesting. It's even got A and B over here. And you can see in the console down there, the output that test set flags is being called. That's good. So why did it happen twice? The test enum's up here. Hello world. Testing, got it. Interesting that this is separate from the other code. So this is register with register properties. I might be doing that differently. Okay. Now if we go to where Godot is actually running, I think it's running in this terminal here. If we reload this and go back to the property list and back, the spinning cube, which one was it? this one. It says Ben was here. Yay. All right, now if we go change that code for that, we're in lib. Dan was here, or John, or Red Falcon. So this here, if you're not familiar with Godot and how Godot Rust works, you register a set of classes at the very beginning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm trying to figure out the problem. But you register your classes. There's actually, this Godot init is 3 functions usually, but nobody ever uses the other 2. So it's been reduced down to 1, which is just the init function. And the init function lets you register classes and whatnot. So we should be able to see when this thing is getting initialized and when it's not. And actually, if we take that back, oops. We could do this instead, and maybe even pass in some extra little functions like gd init and gd term. Just so that we can see what's going on. Init1. And term1. All right, that's not actually correct. Cargo check. I'm missing the parameter for that type there. There's a little bit of info that's supposed to be being passed in. Huh. What is that type? That is GD native initialize something. Initialize info. Oh, no. I have to do that over here. And that one's terminate info. Good. Okay. We'll reload that once it builds. I'm surprised that it's actually taking so long to build. Oh, and thank you for the follow. How's the, let's see. Actually, I'm curious when people come into the channel. Do you do much coding yourself? A career coder, student? Spilled water all over me. Monday. Oh, I almost drenched my desk. Wow. I'm a clever one today. All right. What gets me about that is that it shouldn't be doing that. It should be a much faster build for just running this. Oh, kind of. Kind of, isn't it? I should be running the build in the folder 1UP. Yeah. Right, that's examples. If I run the build here, it actually does some more intelligent checking, which will give us much faster build times. Because we're not changing the core of the library, we're just changing an example. Okay. Now, one of the big differences between that code and my code here, I have this register with, and it goes to self-register. And I wonder if that's hanging on to these things. I don't think so, but I'm not certain. I tried to comment all of these out. Let's see, did I miss anything? Those are all commented out. I have a little bit more of a complicated setup here. Comment these out. Just register bootstrap. Bootstrap. Now it doesn't have much in it at all. And I think in my project, Bootstrap isn't even used anymore. Just great. Okay. Let's remove those. Cargo build on that too. Good. Okay, that finished. Spinning cube. Initialize info found. Ah, it should be by reference. Which means my Vim's in the wrong directory. There we go. That's all it should take. Spinning cube, lib. There we go. Okay, now we're going to reload that library. Project, go to project list, yes. Just gonna force it. All right, so we see init, John was here, turn 1. Great. I'll change that to 2. And Bob was here. Oh, is Godot not? Godot's not showing up? That's there. Browser's there. Code's there. I think when I go to the project chooser, it goes dark. We'll see. I'll try to keep an eye on it. And try to resize that for a moment so I can keep a better eye. Okay, one moment. There we go. Okay. Now I can see it better. Just to keep an eye on it. So we've got that. We've got the little script instances and whatnot. And if we look at the output, it's fine. Okay. We're going to save that init1 and init2. We are not going to reload here. Now if we tab back into it after building, forgot to build. Okay, that built. Gonna come back in here. We're gonna tab back over and let's see. Alright, there's that. Fine. There should be no info in here. Good. No errors. If we tab back, I still have init1. John was here. Alright, but then if I play it, does it change? Okay, we get the spinning cube thing. It's got a rotation. Oops. For this one? There we go. Okay, a little spinning cube there. It's doing this little bouncing around thing. Which you can't see. There it is. Alright, so that's running. But if we come back to the terminal, oh, we did get init2. Okay, so that's reloading, but not for the editor. And then if we close, let's go back and close the little game window. Close that. Yeah, then we get term there. I see, so there's two versions of the library loaded. There's one for the editor and then one, and then one for the game. That makes sense. Okay, I think I understand it better now. If you do have something that's actually modifying these elements here, you have to restart if you're making change to them, to any of the to the editor pieces. The thing that was confusing me was here when we define our Rust library, our native library, we can specify which file it is. Right? So in this case, we're loading the OS 10 one. So we have the spinning cube dylib. It was told to load once, and that it was reloadable. And I think that little note at the bottom of this little window here, where it says, if the library defines tools that run inside the editor, reloadable must be false. Otherwise, the editor will attempt to unload the tool scripts while they are in use and crash. Well, it doesn't seem to be unloading at all. All right. Oh, we got 2 errors. Okay. Well, we're going to go back to the other project window. Hopefully it doesn't go black. That's fine. Okay. Resize that. Okay. And here we can see Genie Native terminate and all those lovely little bits I'd been working on before. Okay. I think we're done with the spinning cube bits for now. What we really wanted to see was when it was reloading. Okay, his status. I wonder if they should know that. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna type into chat this. Let's see. Let's get a message. Good morning. Is it expected that? Is it expected that the spinning cube lib is not reloaded in the editor? It is reloaded when the game is launched. Or rather, it is loaded. Alright, so we're going to do this. Toss that into chat. Okay. Close that. Gonna bail out of there. Oh. Get status on here. Get status, even. Okay, back to our code. One thing I wanted to check here, cargo build. See, it shouldn't build every time, but it's building every time. Let's fix that. In Rust, you can set up a build.rs file, which tells it when to build and what to look for. Oh, I think I know what's going on. All right, we're gonna do a check here. The generator, I think, needs to be a little bit more intelligent as to when it's building. Here, I'll show you. If we do a cargo build with a -VV, it'll show us a lot of information, right? But we want to actually see what's going on. It goes through, typical stuff. But it should be printing out. Oh, it should be. It's not. Oh, here it is. Build rerun if changed. Oh dear. Can we actually do it like that with everything on one line? Let's see, what crate are we actually using for that? Foreground. Native project utils. Should probably just check that out, huh? Let's do that. Oh, I'm already there for this. Build scripts. I don't know. Okay, right there. Click. Good. If the file has changed, it compares against the internal cache timestamp of when it was last ran. If it points to a directory, it does not traverse the directory. Print a line for the directory and separate lines for everything else inside of it recursively. Alright, yeah, so we need separate lines for everything. Let's give that a test. Let's see. Oh, project utils. So I think exactly what we want. Use SSH. Oh, let's fork that. Okay, we'll copy that to the code. Gonna clone that. Ooh, should probably move all this stuff into like a Godot, like a GD native or Godot Rust directory or something. Oh, I am inside of the Godot Rust directory. Oh, that's awkward. Let's move that out. And make GD native. Move Godot Rust and project utils to GD native. All right. Go to check. Here, rerun if changed. Should be path and path.display. I think that should have happened a number of times. Oh, it's print, not print line. This is gonna be the smallest PR ever. All right, let's change this to use local path. Oh, that's right. I also had moved this one. There we go. There we go. All these rerun if change should be like that. What was that block up there? Is that standard out? Extensions. All right, so hopefully fixing that actually improves the build speed. So where does it get? Status. Let's do a remote out on this. Work from here. Git remote add. What do you call this? Upstream. All right. Okay. Legacy rest. Now, if we do that again, it should be faster. Now let's actually take a look and see what it's doing. Okay. That looks good, looks good. Good, it doesn't look like it's... I don't know. Little kids asking me questions in the background. It's like, hey, you're up too early. Now let's make sure that these paths actually exist. They look like it. Yes, they do exist. Okay. Now, just to complete the tests, it's 1.24 seconds for not changing anything. And then if we go through and change like Bootstrap, we'll just save it, build it. Well, now the editor has to do it. Oh, that reminds me. Should be a new Rust analyzer with better memory usage. Fresh bits. Good, check out. All right, let's try again. 3.5 seconds. Well, I got more going on now, don't I? All right, we'll leave it for now. But I do think that change is a good one. Let's send a PR for that. And that should be the source directory. One rerun if changed per line. For the documentation, let's see. Okay. We might also have like a catch-22 here. So his issue was, so there was a situation where I removed one of the files by accident, and they were not generated at the next build. By default, build scripts run automatically when the source changes anyways. Okay, so that I'm not sure of. But if we're saying that this build is dependent on changes to the destination, and we're constantly generating the destination, does it always change? Do we always build then? I mean, it'll be quick, it'll be a second, but the checks fail. Ooh, that's tricky. So I think what's happening is, oh, hold on, let's go check. Let's go check. So inside of here, we want to run this build again if those files have changed, right? But if they're already there, then we shouldn't change them. All right, so what's going on here? We have build mode, we've got our little builder, Godot paths, etc. Okay, let's skip past the builder. Lots of stuff going on there. Oh, I see. So that'll create the out directory. We don't have changed if that directory itself changes, like somebody adds something to it or something gets. If you delete something from a directory, does the directory timestamp change? Not sure. All right, now we should only be writing this if it's changed. Let's see, how do we do that? So what's actually getting generated is, let's see, over here, go to the file system. We go to native. Side here, we have this file. And this file describes all the different OSs that we have a library for. So we have these different entries. So on Linux, you end up with a .so file, etc. Now, I think what's going to happen is we're going to detect that the file has changed, run the build, and change the file, which then will cause it to happen over and over again whenever we run the build. It's not like infinite, it's just the build reruns. Compare binary outputs. Oh, common binary outputs. What's that one do? Oh yes, for these. Okay. Generate gdlib. We should check to see if the contents are the same. Read to string, path. All right. Just read it to that. And then if they are different, create it again. This should return a result, shouldn't it? Yeah, it's a result. Let's go ahead and match on that instead. Let's write file equals. So if we have OK, that'll give us the contents. We'll check to see if the contents are the same. And so in this case, we will do write the file if contents are not equal to gdnlib. If there's an error, then always return true. So we do write the file. What am I missing? Ah, semicolon, right there. Okay, I think we're going to need something like that for each one of those places, for each one of the classes. Here we go. All right. So we're going to build that. We have to build the build.rs stuff. Okay, so that took 5 seconds. Oh, look, boom. 0.07. Beautiful. Okay. Now if we change something like that, let this run. Now it takes a little bit more time, 1.84, otherwise it's only 1.07. Good. Okay. We're going to rebase that on stash. Fetch upstream. Shouldn't have changed. Great. Contents changed from upstream. Master. Pop that. Get add source. Let's add a little bit more of a note here. I don't know. Oh, look, we got a little pull request check. Okay, beautiful. All right, that's good. Gonna send a note. Let's see. I'm gonna send a note saying the two PRs for each other. All right. Oh, and Rust Analyzer is fixed. Good. Or is updated. Looking forward to using that. We're going to save our session file in Vim. All right, so we did the MKS for saving our session. I'm gonna quit everything. Load it back up. Do they have status now? I don't know what the status is. Let's see, it should close that other thing. Always generating code, linked issues. Yes, that one. Yeah. I guess the other one should also link that. Linked issues, none yet. Oh, I don't have access. All right. Back to the code. Togglebit! Hey, I was watching your stream this morning. Well, the VOD. I was watching the VOD. Didn't get very far into it. I got like 20 or 30 minutes before I started streaming. Are you still the chief volunteer? I mean, for testing this stuff? Oh, interesting. Why did it do that? Strange. It was a short one. Let's see. Excited to see the next PR for Odo 9. Odo 9 is great. That and the documentation. I don't know if you've seen the docs. The docs are nice too. Fetch upstream. Yay. Get checkout upstream master. All right. Now that that's there, Best Analyzer, we can close that window. Project details, we're going to leave. We'll close it for now. The examples, we're going to close. It's a game server. We're going to try to log into that today. Yeah, there's lots of little things now. This one, oh, I didn't see that they had commented on this. Having a default allows users to type less in method arguments. Yes, that's true. So in this case, this was an error where I was saying, hey, I want to call a function on this node, right? But because there's a default generic for ref, you don't see that it's a common share. Like there's supposed to be a comma here, and then it says shared. Because of that, you don't understand why. Because it looks like you've got this ref. It's perfect. It's good. But something's up. And so suggesting, hey, maybe we take the default off, which I don't know. I don't like that extra typing that it would force, but I think the verbosity might help people use this and understand it. Morning, Cat Peasant. How's it going? All right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Tuesday, got some work done yesterday, which is nice. Let's see. I'm not a fan of the extra typing. That seems. Let's see. Having the type also show. Let's see. It would show if you've gotten into a state that you didn't expect. Hmm. I wonder if it's possible to elide that in most cases. Let's see. I don't know. Is there another way that would reveal this information? All right. Correct check. Boom. 0.7 or 0.07 seconds. I'm in love. All right. Just let that do its little watch thing. All right. I'm going to make a note. So what we learned earlier was that the library that gets loaded into the editor is permanent. It might get restarted, but it seems permanent. Oh, you know what? Oh, I did have a question for Togglebit. Togglebit. No, not Togglebit. Actually, you guys might know, but I'm having an issue where the shared library gets loaded into Godot, and then if I make changes to, let's say, one of the setters or getters, it doesn't update. However, I think that if I make a change and then run the game gets a fresh copy of the DLL or the shared library. All right, let's go back to lib. We can restore this now that we understand what's going on. Oh, let's see. And because of that, do we need to? Yes, we need to make sure that this is done. That was Godot loading the shared object? That's a good question. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm always honest with you guys. I'm not sure. I don't know why it would load it one way for one thing and the other way for another. I think that there's not to be, yes, yes, yes. Not to be init, not to be terminated, yes. I didn't care. It was just gibberish so we could tell if it was changing or not. In this case, we're going to do the runtime init, and over here, the terminate. But what surprises me is that the whole of the library gets instantiated. I guess that's not surprising now that I've said it out loud. But we need to do a runtime reset on this, which, because it's loaded in the editor, some of these elements were getting kind of reinitialized, but they weren't truly unset because I have these one cells. And it's making me reconsider whether or not I want to have these one cells and see if there's another way to do it. I mean, maybe this should just be like a singleton then, or something else. Because if it's a singleton, it can just get loaded up and unloaded per Godot's mechanics. Should it be done that way? It's not a bad way to do it. Wasn't there a comment in here somewhere about singletons? An easy way to access autoloads. Oh, I want that today. I see that Godot singleton init is an entry point that can be exposed to Godot. This is a feature that hasn't been required by me and other users so far. Interesting. What is this? Godot GD native singleton. And then this one. To access them from Rust code, one must either get Node or a more complex way, go through the engine. See, I didn't even know you could do this. This is nice. Get main loop, cast the scene tree, get root, yada yada. That's pretty cool. Could look something like this. Okay, wrapped in autoload struct. Alternatively, it can also live in the top GD native crate, I suppose. Dun dun dun. Oh dear. How should we do that? Okay, I want to give this a go. Let's see if we can turn this. See, I know scene manager, yeah, is going to be weird. And maybe, just maybe, because it's mostly compiling cargo. Let's see. Oh. We got too many changes. Um, I want to commit this one here. Oh no, that's a GD script one. See, it's even confusing me. So you want to do source, probably cargo stuff here. All right. All right. Yeah, we moved some stuff out of there. That got deleted, fine. Yeah, it looks good. All right. Work in progress. Splitting. All right. That server stuff is in the same giant mono repo. Okay. Where is it? Not that one. Not that one. This one? Oh, I hit it. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to change this. Let's see if we can get rid of that. See, in this case, I'm trying to do that, and that we have this scene manager here. We're getting that type node. I think the problem I was having before was when this gets initialized. I didn't know which one it was. Okay. Gonna get rid of that. It's going to be a ref node inside of scene manager. Ref node. Let's see. That's unique, isn't it? Which is going to mean that it'll have trouble going between threads and such. Okay. Let's see how far we can get with this. Get rid of one cell there. Yep, that goes away. Scene manager. Good, good. New self. Yes. And in this case, we need the current scene. What do I define as a scene here? Here we get the scene manager. In this case, we get the current scene. Ready, here we go. So we had been doing this in ready. So maybe we could use an option instead? Option to a rough node? Those should be defaultable. All right. So it's child count -1. That's going to be the last thing that's loaded up. All right, so here in this case, it's going to be off of self dot current scene. Lock unwrap. Replace. There we go. I gotta turn this thing off in the background. You're back. All right. I don't think that's gonna work, but we'll see. Let's get to the next compiler error. Solve dot current scene lock unwrap dot take. Now, what does take return on an option? Did I put Godot, expect Godot on an option? I did. Perfect. Okay. Is that backwards though? Because in this case, something, if there's nothing, it'll error. Yes, okay, good. Now in this case, current scene, we're going to lock it again. Unwrap the poison. We're going to set new scene in there, okay. See, I don't think we actually need to do this here. I mean, it's nice to check. You don't know much. Oh, I see. Man, I didn't see the colors there in the chat. It's like the same color as pretzel rocks for me. Oh, see if it repros on Windows and Linux. Yeah, I'll have to find a Windows box for that. Okay. It's not too bad because it's going to be just UI pieces. Don't ruin a perfectly good computer. Let's see, I think we could do this without the take. Because if it's none here, let's change this. Check that the scene is already set. Lock, unwrap, expect Godot. Okay, current scene should be set when changing the scenes. Good. Which means that it does exist here. We can replace it, and we don't have to worry about it. Select the current scene. Oh, this is go to. Ooh. So in this case, this is for when somebody wants to do a scene manager, go to. You know, my cool scene, right? So if they want to do something like that, and this is where we've been getting into the one cell bit, I see. Well, let's see if we can get the scene manager. We should be able to get it. In this case, I was using the previous scene in order to get a hold of that. I see. I didn't realize that we could do something like with the engine. Godot singleton dot. What was it? Get main loop. Really? Was it docs.godot? Godot engine. Heck, it's the main loop. Okay. What is a main loop? Abstract base class for the game engine's loop. Okay. Oh, cast it to a scene tree? It is inherited by scene tree, which is the default game loop implementation used in Godot projects. Okay, wow. So you cast it to a scene tree. Oh, well, today we learned. Neat. Okay, so then we cast that to a scene tree. We get the root. We're off to the races. Fancy. Game main loop, really. Mystery. 8:36. Morning. How are you? So we'll get the Godot singleton of the engine. Get the main loop. Well, what does that return? Expect Godot. All right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. We're to the point in the project where we can actually use stuff again, which is really, really nice. I've been working on the Godot Rust project a bit. Now we're trying to use it. Ah, engine. Where is engine? GD native. Is that not API? Core types? Is it in API? All right. All right, so we have that. And we cast it to a scene tree. Expect Godot on that too. Once we have the scene tree, we can get the root. So close. All right, and get no. What was our node path? Yeah, if you can't see it, just always use the unit type. Yeah. At first, I didn't know about unit type. And then Museum introduced me to unit type. It just always seems so weird, to have that as an actual type, because it's not a tuple. That's called a unit. Okay, so scene manager is going to go there. That should give us a scene manager. Ah, rough main loop. Expect Godot dot assume save, because now we know. Oh, it's a T-ref. Ooh, haha, foiled again. Okay. We can't just chain these. We actually have to save them to locals. It's technically a zero tuple? Then why do they call it unit? Okay, so a zero tuple doesn't need a comma, but a one tuple does? Is this just language craft? Because that versus this seems akin to foo and... But you're living it already? Oh, for cargo alone, yes, absolutely. All right, so we're getting a T-ref out of this. Not a T-rex, a T-ref. We'll toss a unit over there. Okay. So where are we getting the T-ref? Let foo equal that. Get main loop, assume safe, cast scene tree, expect Godot. Okay, at that point, we need that. We'll have the scene tree there. Or my one off, it might be one off. All right. So then we need the root and then the node. Let root equals scene tree dot assume safe dot get root. See how many of these we need a T-ref. So the way you think of it is that the state space of the tuple gets multiplied. Each new item in the tuple. Expression versus one tuples. They don't have like empty expressions? I guess an empty expression would just evaluate down to semicolon, right? Like it's, well, or unit rather. Oh, you do hope microcontroller manufacturers will start creating Rust compilers though? I see. There's only one of them. I see. That's interesting. And then why do they have functions return unit type? Or basically every expression returns unit type unless otherwise stated, right? I guess that gets basically compiled out and then that just goes away eventually. Toss an expect Godot on there. Let's see. Get scene manager. Okay. Well, thank you for explaining that to me. Hmm. All right. That should be there. That should panic otherwise. Root. This here should be... is that where the T-ref is? That is. Similar to how empty enums will get optimized out. Yeah. Which is just amazing. And Mystery 836, what do you find lacking in the microcontroller compilers? I'm curious because I'm interested in doing microcontroller stuff as well. I just haven't looked into it. All right, let's go to the docs. Where is it? Here we go. Well, that's on stable or standard. Ref, my new best friend. I should like have this one always open. Actually, we want tref. Was that not found? Oh, yes, that all moved. That's now in GD native / blah. Okay. Temporary pointer, safe pointer to go to Godot objects that tracks thread access. Okay. So I could call asref on it without thread access. For non-unique access. So we claim the scene tree? It returns shared, which means we then have to assume safe to get the root on it. Oh, is it just root now? Not get root? Oh my goodness. Okay, root and node. No, that should be get node. Okay, but this one's a getter, while this one's not. Assumes it, okay. Nope, because it's shared and we can't dereference that non-ref counted shared. Huh. Interesting. Mystery. It's interesting. But you need to claim in the first place, right? Because maybe I was just wrong, and because I was calling the wrong function to begin with, right? So that derefed just fine. Yeah, that should take us back to ref shared. Wait, assume safe? No, assume safe takes us. Go back. Oh, ref. Yes. Should just keep this open GD native. Okay, so assume safe takes you to this from shared. I don't think it takes us to a tref. Must be validated. Am I sure? I am not sure. I'm not certain on that. Let's see. Let's go look. Oh, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. And this is on ref shared. So ref shared takes you to tref shared. Oh, interesting mystery. I wonder if it's possible to still use Rust as kind of the main consumer of, let's say, whatever libraries they have. Would they be able to produce libraries that would have that functionality that you're looking for? And then you could consume that via the FFI interface in Rust? The FFI, I guess, I call it an interface. I don't know why, but via FFI. All right, so there's scene manager. We have scene tree, scene manager, invoke deferred. And it's just that easy, huh? This engine singleton main loop bit, that was pretty neat. That seems like just something that you want in a project somewhere. Saw that in lib. Let's see, and what should that return? We'll get there. Sorry, use extensions. Godot expect. Oh yeah, that goes away. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, node's not used. It doesn't feel like it's quite right, does it? So we get something of a certain path. Okay, let's change that. Path. Where P, was it Asref? Node, into Asref node path? What is it on this? Is this just into node path then? There we go. I could use that, but then the T, I don't think I can use into that with some other generic, can I? Because I'm thinking of doing something with that T there because I'd like it to be, I'd like to be able to say something along the lines of, you know, create singleton, whatever. Give me the scene manager, right? So this is the type I want, and it's add slash root slash scene manager. And that should give me that object. Oh, hold on, let's undo that. Oh, I didn't think you could do both of them in the same line. I mean, if you can't, I would prefer to be over there because I don't actually like leading them, like in the calls here. I don't like the little mystery dingleberry. No, that's fine. It's by default pub create. Okay, and then in this case, we're going to return node. But the type is wrong. It's node and it's shared. Because if all my singletons are actually node based, do I have to get the script off of this node in order to get the element? Is there a script function? What is it? API script. Get parent path, scene tree, yada yada. Okay. Get script. Because the script is actual object I want, right? Oh wow, I feel like I'm getting turned around now. Because this object should be in the scene tree, but that's a node in the scene tree that has a script attached to it. Now I want to get the script that's attached to that node. So if we do the get script, what is that actually? That returns a reference. All right. I don't think that's quite right. It's probably just going to be a ref node, isn't it? Shared. Wow. Oh, but this is a tref. That should be okay. But what lifetime will it use? That's not going to be valid. Yeah. A related question. Has anyone had any experience with higher ranked traits before? I have not. But it's a lifetime of what? Okay. Because this node comes off of the scene tree. And this singleton should just be there forever. I mean, is it fair to say, be prescriptive about this? Say, oh, you know what, this is static. This is owned. This is done. Because if you can get to this function, I don't know. All right, let's go back to Scene Manager and try to use this. Let's get rid of that T. Ah, my mistake. There we go. Because it's all inside of the unsafe blocks, it's not going to check my lifetimes. Oh, where are we? Client. All right, I don't like the static there. So we have a TREF. Because if we claim it, it goes back to a ref. Should be ref node shared. Good. That's probably better. Book deferred. Assume safe on that. Let's just chain these. Archery. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Hmm. Archery is a Rust library that offers a way to abstract over RC and ARC smart pointers. Wow, nice. What's this one? All right, we're gonna take this one, toss this in my to read list. There was a title in that. Let me grab that there. Back to the code. I was thinking of implementing something like this for my tree data structure. Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be neat. All right, so that should have built. Did we do a check or build? Yeah, we did a build. Good. Now if we run this, see what's in our output. This I got to figure out. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, we got to the first blank scene and nothing happened. Go to Bootstrap. Where's our... There's a script. There's a node, yada yada. A scene changer attached to it, fine. Scene changer is supposed to have... Let's close that. I'll cancel. I didn't realize that was Bootstrap. Error while saving. Okay, we're gonna just don't save. Close that. I'm gonna reload that. Oh, you're seeing something else. Hold on a sec. OBS, where are you? There it is. Let's see if I rerun that. Yeah, that should be something else there. Yep, and that's just blank. Okay, perfect. Now you see what I see. All right. All right, Cat Peasant, you take care. Let me know how the higher ranked trait types go. H. did I even get that right? Oh, interesting. It's telling me that I can't open that project. What? Why? Too many open files? Okay. Okay. Too many open files. Wow. That has been open a while. Just didn't know that that would happen. All right, here we have Bootstrap. We're going to go to the scene. Our information's gone off that. Okay. Let's go look at Bootstrap. Self with register. Okay, good, good. We should have next scene on here. Oh, this is Bootstrap. No, I want to go to scene changer or something. What was it? Scene changer. Ah, I think I commented out during my debugging earlier. Before I go build that. Okay, that's actually so quick for something like this. All right, and for this one, I have to reload it because it's one of those little editor reloads. Wish they just had like a reload this project button. Scene, Bootstrap. Next scene, there it is. Okay, let's set that up. Next scene we're going to from there is in login. It's not welcome, it's a login. Okay, let's save that. Run it. It said nope. Errors. Error calling method from signal. Method not found. Change script should be change scene. All right, so my signal is wrong. Run again. Okay, it didn't go anywhere though. It stayed at the same thing. Here, let me turn that on. We'll start it. It runs. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't go anywhere. Oh, you know what? We've